They lived together for 12 years. And for 12 years, Hollywood pretended not to notice. The 1930s had rules, unwritten ones, but understood by everyone who wanted to keep working. You smiled for the cameras. You attended the premieres with the right person on your arm. You gave the fan magazines exactly what they needed: the romance, the engagement, the perfectly lit photograph of a life that looked like a film. And then you went home. Cary Grant and Randolph Scott were two of the most beautiful men in Hollywood. One was English, precise, the kind of elegance that looked effortless and cost everything. The other was tall and southern and moved through a room like he owned it. They met in 1932. By 1933, they were sharing a beach house in Santa Monica. The fan magazines called them bachelors, good friends, two successful men who found it practical to share expenses during leaner times. They posed for photographs together, laughing in the kitchen, sunbathing on the deck, side by side in a way that no studio publicist had arranged. Those photographs were published in Photoplay and Modern Screen, and the readers looked at them and understood something that the captions did not say. The studio system knew what it wanted from both of them. They were required to be seen with women, and they were. Grant married 5 times. Scott married twice. These were not performances of unhappiness, but they were performances. What happened inside the house on West Live Oak Drive was not something either man ever described in words. What we have instead are photographs, 40 years of them. 2 men at parties, at the races, on sets. A particular way of standing near each other, close, but not too close. A particular way of not looking at each other that tells you everything about how much they were looking. In the 1950s, a gossip columnist named Hedda Hopper made it her business to destroy careers. She had files. She had sources. She had the kind of power that came from knowing things people could not afford to have known. She looked at Cary Grant and Randolph Scott, and she, for reasons she never fully explained, did not print what she knew. Some people believe she liked them. Some people believe someone made a call. Either way, they survived the era that swallowed others. Grant gave one interview late in his life in which he said that the only time he had truly felt at ease was when he was not performing. He did not specify what he meant by performing. He did not need to. Scott said almost nothing, ever, about anything. He was famously private, impenetrably so, the kind of private that looks like dignity and costs something you carry quietly your whole life. They stopped living together in 1942. The war had come. The studios had tightened everything. Both men moved on, to marriages, to separate addresses, to the version of their lives that the public received. But the photographs remain. 12 years of them. 2 men who understood each other in a world that did not have the language to describe it, who found in each other something private and permanent and entirely their own. The most desired men in Hollywood, and the most carefully kept secret between them.